I'm Aimsel Ponti, music journalist with the Portland Press Herald in Portland, Maine, and representing San Francisco wine expert Liz Rubin. Welcome to Country Queer Sip and Spin. We pair wine with an album in every episode. Sit back, let's get ready to sip and spin. So Liz, how in the heck do you know so much about wine?
Well, it is my passion. I am the wine buyer for Buy Right Market in San Francisco. I also have a queer wine pop-up called Somebody's Sister for queer women in the Bay Area. Mm-hmm. And I just happen to have written a book called Wine Pairing Party.
Look you have what a copy? I have here. Bravo, Liz.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks.
Absolutely.
Or in this case, XOBC Cellars. Why are they a cellar that we should be talking about?
Yes. Brandi started XOBC Cellars with her wife, Catherine, to support their organization called the Looking Out Foundation. Looking Out does amazing work to help organizations in the community, in the arts, with women's rights, queer rights, so many wonderful things. So we should buy the wine because we need to support what they are doing.
Indeed, we do.
Yes.
Now, there is a lonely-looking bottle of wine over there. What do you got?
Yes, it is lonely. It's the Lonely Painter white wine from XOBC. And what I love about it is it has this dynamism between minerality and fruit that is super exciting. It's a blend of mostly Pinot Gris with a little bit of Sauvignon Blanc, a little bit of Marsanne and Roussanne.
I feel like I'm about ready to drink a case of it, but how about a couple of sips to get the ball rolling?
All right, why don't you give that a smell first? Right? It's very pretty.
Oh, I'm in a zen place.
Yeah, the aromas for me are tea notes. For the most part, I get chamomile, matcha, elderflower, subtle notes of melon and lychee. I'll give it a taste.
Okay.
I'm liking it.
Oh.
It's the minerality I think that you're getting. There's a lot of crunchy, textural minerality that is sharp and bright. I would call it an edginess in the wine. It's almost an edgy white. Yeah. All that minerality in the terroir of Washington State. So what do you think it would pair well musically with?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because if it's not abundantly clear, there's definitely a Joni Mitchell tie-in going on. We are pairing this, however, with last year's masterpiece, In These Silent Days, the tour de force album from Brandi, Holy Toledo. And apparently, the backstory is, and Brandi has told this story, that when she started hanging out at Joni's house, she realized that Joni's like you do, that Joanie is drinking this cheap Pinot Grigio, and Brandi's
heard this story.
No, we got to do something about this.
Yes.
So she brought this wine to Joanie. I'm sure Joanie loved it. And Joanie, you know what? Grab the ear pod.
Let's listen.
On the album, this is another main reason why I did this pairing.
Right.
Is
it's a tribute
because
to Joanie, isn't it?
Yeah. And when she made the album, she said, I'm going to do one song kind of, not in the style of necessarily, but kind of like homage to Joanie. One kind of Joanie song with Holly and Jess on backing vocals from Lucius. It's You and Me on the Rock, which also ties into the mineral situation. Here we go. Let's listen.
Build my house up on this rock, baby, every day with you. There's nothing in that town I need after everything we
I'm loving it.
You all right?
Yeah. It's a great one.
And it's just, the Holly and Jess, they add another layer, and there's all these layers of tea notes that you mentioned. It just all happens all at once for me. And you know what? Let's close it out, because Brandi rocks like a mofo on this record.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Horses I can see curling up with a bottle of Lonely Painter, not being lonely, but rocking out to this one.
There you go.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I can dig it.
You can hear it?
I can hear it.
Yeah, this song has a comfortable home in that bottle of Broken Horses.
I love the pairing for this. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Country Queers Sip and Spin. Be sure to hit subscribe so you'll know when we drop our next episode. In the description below, you'll find links to information about XOBC and the Looking Out Foundation and Country Queer.
Cheers to wine.
Cheers to music.
to run.